Yeah. So that's not necessarily the process of me being happy, but that is the catalyst, or I guess the defining moment where I was like, you know what, I am happy. Because I've been off my medication for a while. The counselor said a 4-month run was good, to kind of like, stop after that. And so that was 3.5 months ago. Yeah. I was off so I've been off my meds for 3.5 months now, and
that's always terrifying.
Yeah, it really is.
Getting off of medication, it's because it's most likely going to be a very shitty transition.
Yeah, but this one was like kind of seamless, and it was, I don't know, I've just been working hard. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just kind of like, maybe I don't have time to be sad anymore, so my default is back to happy, which is kind of weird, and I'm nervous for if something is to happen and whatever, and it go back to being the other way. But I don't think that it is. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm a happy boy. And to commemorate this event, because it was one of those like moments that I think I'll remember for the rest of my life, which is so weird because it's just a second ago. I went and got a tattoo, and I got a tattoo of it. Kind of to commemorate.
It looks dope as fuck. It really does.
Thank you.
Like, it's very cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But you're also like, you just got some good news about the tattoo.
Yeah.
Or from the tattoo.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So the tattoo. I have this song that I listen to. It's called "Ambling Out" by Yesayer. It's like my song that I listen to when I'm sad. So I listen to it about every day. And I listen to it when I'm but I listen to it when I'm happy as well. It's just like my song. But it talks about, in the song, it talks about like sticking up for yourself and wearing your wounds with pride, and it's just kind of been like my anthem, I guess you could say. And I hate using the word anthem because I feel like white girls exclusively use anthem.
Absolutely.
But it has been kind of like my personal anthem. So after I got done crying, I listened to that song on the top of the mountain. I was like, oh, I got to get this tattooed. So I tweeted it at the band, and they tweeted back, and they were like, hey man, love the tattoo. You have free tickets for the rest of your life. You can come to any show you want for free. So holy fucking shit, I'm gonna go see Yesayer as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But they're not touring anytime soon, so I just hope that they remember. But I'm not gonna
screenshot it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just send them a screenshot. Hey, you guys said
this thing once.
Yeah. I'm just really hoping they make it really, really big, and they're at like Madison Square Garden, and I don't buy a ticket. I just show up to the door. I'm like, hey, do you see the screenshot?
They're like, we're sold out.
I'll stand in the aisle, man. Just anything, but it's a good song. I think that you should see your friend Austin.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that we should talk about music at some point, so we'll, if we ever do a music episode, I'll talk more about them. But check out Yesayer. They're a great band. More people need to listen to them.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I feel like I've been talking a lot. You gotta talk now.
Where did you get your tattoo?
On my upper knee. Here. But somebody has already said it.
Damn it.
Somebody has already said it.
Damn it. Alright, well then I don't fucking care.
Okay.
Oh, that means it's my turn? I don't know, dude. It's been about a month.
Yeah.
It's been a wild, crazy month. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah. I'll say this though, it's weird because we're both finally happy at the same time.
Yeah, and I don't think that's anything that's ever been a thing.
No. It's always like a teeter-totter.
I'm just gonna kind of jump around here because there's a lot going on, and I want to talk about many things. Black Panther's so good. That was a good movie. I've been crying a lot recently.
Yeah.
About like really random things.
Yeah.
Mostly Infinity War news. I've cried a couple times about them pushing it forward. It is now releasing April 27th. And as soon as I found that out, I called Parker in tears. Mm-hmm. And
it was so funny.
I just remember Parker answers the phone and he's like, hey man, what's up? And I'm like, Parker. He's like, are you fucking crying right now? I was like, yes. Infinity War.
Yeah, that's basically all it was.
And then it was just like, okay, bye.
You just needed someone to hear.
I had to tell somebody, and I was like really emotional. Also, I cried a lot because Childish Gambino is going on tour again.
Yeah.
And his first stop is in Atlanta, and I will be there.
Will you?
I think I'm about to drop $300 for floor tickets.
That's so much money.
I know.
Dude, just get a tattoo of him and maybe he'll give you free tickets.
I don't know if he would do that. But I don't know.
See, that's why I have the luxury of liking smaller bands.
Right.
You know, that I feel like they're like, holy shit. I feel like they are like, holy shit, this guy got our lyrics tattooed on his body. We just fuck around in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I mean? And because they're from Brooklyn. But yeah, I don't know if that would work with Gambino. But you could try.
That's true.
You should try.
But yeah, I believe we said this in the 2018 episode. Like, this is the year we're taking care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. We're working on being happy.
Yeah.
And like trying to figure shit out. And I feel like for the first time in a very long time that I am in a very good place.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that about myself because I could just be tricking myself. But it's nice when other people
switcheroo.
Yeah. Not trying to okey doke myself, you know what I'm saying? But like I do feel legitimately happy nowadays, and that's crazy. There was a time for about a week right after the events I will talk about in a second, where I was like, Parker, I think that I'm manic, and I've been manic for like 3 or 4 days. And Parker's like, Gabe, shut the fuck up. Like, you're just happy. Like, just accept it.
Yeah, it's a weird place to be in your, like, when you've been kind of in your head for so long, then all of a sudden you're actually happy and you're like, I'm just still in my head. I'm not going to be real. But yeah, with that I was just like, no, you moron. You're just happy.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people about it, and they're like, you're being an asshole, Gabe. Like, just let it happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like when you've been in that spot for so long, like you don't
expect the worst.
Yeah, you just don't know what's gonna happen, and also like having been in like having dealt with depression and anxiety for so long, it's like usually when you have a really good high, like you're feeling good, you get it for a couple days or so, and then you crash like harder than ever. And so I was like preparing for that and just being like, oh no, what's going to happen? And it didn't happen.
Now it's been like 3 or 4 weeks.
And I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yeah, this is nice. I'm also thinking too, and I don't want to ever belittle anyone's like mental health, but I think that I'm afraid that I'm going to trick myself in the future and just I'm gonna have a bad day and be like, oh shit, I'm depressed again, and I'm gonna cycle myself back into it, when really it was just a bad day.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a fear. Like, you never really know what's gonna happen. But yeah, let's get into the meat of this one.
I'm gonna be really quiet during this.
I think that you should input because I don't entirely know what to say.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll use my discretion.
Yeah. As Parker said here recently, I've gone through a breakup, which is weird because it had been a very long time off and on for about 2.5 years. Yeah, I remember one of the first hangouts of you two. Yeah. I was up there with my ex-girlfriend. I drove up to there's this hotel. Okay.
And I was like, look through the window, and I was like, holy shit, is that Gabe? And we both kind of stood up, and we were like, hey.
I feel like we got out of the car and high-fived.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something like that, and then we got back in the cars
and went our separate ways.
Yeah. It's been like 2.5 years. I say that because it's been a while.
It's been 2.5 years, and it's been. Is it like too much of me to say that this was like off and on?
No, I would say
early on it was.
It was early on. It was off and on.
Yeah,
and then there were a little bit in the end.
Yeah, there were some like big fractions of time that we're off.
Yeah.
Instead of just like back and forth.
Yeah.
Hence this podcast. Yeah, I don't know what to say, dude. How do you talk about? It was rough. It was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, I think that it's funny because I know we can talk about. Fuck you, by the way. This is the story. This is how the route that I want to take it the rest of the way.
Oh God.
Back whenever me and my ex-girlfriend were like in the process of breaking up, Gabe gave me some like really tough, stern advice. And so I kind of foresaw this happening a little bit, and we sat in my car one night, and I was just like, my turn.
Okay.
That was funny. Speaking of her, we actually talked for like 2 hours last night.
Yeah, you told me about that, but like, tell me more about it, because every time you tell me this, I kind of like, oh no, what's happening now?
Oh, he's like, oh, you're afraid that I'm being dumb again? Oh God,
yeah.
No. It was weird though because this girl, she left, and she left the school we were at, and
Parker broke her heart so heavily that she had to leave school.
I think that is what happened.
That is absolutely what happened.
But because I posted about this experience that I had on the mountain, and that sounds so biblical.
The mountain.
And she texted me. She was like, "Hey, like this is just like super cool. Happy for you, whatever." And so we started talking, and then it was just like, "Hey, I know that we really hated each other in a relationship sense, but as a person, you're not that bad." If that kind of like that was kind of the overarching picture or the kind of the conversation was like. She was like, "Yeah, you're a good dude. We just like didn't work out as a relationship." And I was like, "Yeah, you're a nice person as well."
Yeah, I feel like you guys were really good friends.
Yeah.
But when you took it to be more, it was awful.
Yeah. But it was nice. It was really, really nice because she and I just talked and it was super amicable. It was very kind. This was like one thing that might be a little weird and you might be like, that's weird, but I don't really care. She was like, well, this is like the first time we've talked in a long time.
Right.
And she was like, I know this is so weird, but I have these videos on my phone and you have to see them. And she like sent me these videos of myself, and like I totally forgot that these situations had happened. Mm-hmm. She sent me this one of myself, and she's like barely in it, and I'm just like I'm like driving my car, and I'm like just in my own little world, deep throating a popsicle. And she sends me this video, and I'm deep throating this popsicle, and then I like look over at her, and I just lose my shit. Not mad, I'm just like laughing so hard. It was just so funny. And then there's a video of me that she sent where I'm holding a giant Trump sign. Because this was at the point in time where I thought that he would never get elected. Right. So now I'm afraid that that's going to go viral. And there's going to be a picture of me holding
I would like to see that.
sign.
I might text her and ask for it.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that... I think you're going to be okay. I think that we needed a second collectively. I know that may sound weird, but it affected us both. Obviously, you're in the relationship, but I was close with the two of you. And so it was kind of one of those things where you just have to take a second. So
yeah, the weird part is just like because we do have so many like mutual friends, we're in all the same circles and everything for the most part, and like are in a place where like we're gonna be around each other until like school is over. And that's like just what I'm trying to like figure out and navigate right now, because I don't really like entirely know what that looks like, or like how like, you know, the like where we left things in a sense of like I don't really know like if we're on good terms or anything. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because like, you know, like we didn't